Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the patrons. Make sure to subscribe. We are trying to hit 50,000 subscribers until the end of the year. And let's go guys. So today we are flying out with the Python 3s. Yes, the patch day has come and we are flying out with the 3 aircraft on the tech tree that got the Python 3. I will be doing a KFIR C2 video afterwards, but right now I'm just going to show on the Netz, on the KFIR C.7 and on the KURNASS 2000. So yes, what does it look like? So basically we don't have anymore a BVR in Israeli. The small BVR that he lost, which was the KURNASS 2000 with the M7. And as you see, we got the Python 3, which is a very incredible missile. It is really good. Don't expect it to be like, I mean, a lot of people just overestimated how good this missile would be. Don't get me wrong, it is an amazing missile, but people expect to be something out of this world, even compared to something like an R-73 or something like that, which is probably similar to it, but not like completely, you know, in the same ballpark, I think. And it has its problems, it has its good. So let's talk about the pros and cons of this missile first. So the pros of it, it's a very fast missile, very fast accelerating, and overall it just has an incredible speed getting to targets, which means that it is very similar in the feeling kind of situation to like something like the PL5 of the Chinese tech tree, right? Another very good thing is that with this higher speed, it actually has an incredible range on it. So yeah, it has a lot of speed, so it is able to basically get very far. The burn time is quite short, but still, even with the amount of burn time that we have, the speed is just amazing. So it makes the missile go very far away with, you know, just a bit of, you know, thrust. Just a bit of burn time, basically. And I think the most important thing that it's a pro on this aircraft is, and in this missile, is the 40G turn. So it is basically the best missile in the game on that sense, that it turns very well. 40 Gs, man, it really turns well. It is not like, I mean, you really, it's complicated because you might not feel that it turns too much sometimes, because it kind of, in the first like milliseconds, it just doesn't like start turning right away sometimes, depending on the situation. So you might feel like this missile is a little bit worse sometimes than others, but it really turns very well. Not that we need, to be honest, a missile that turns better than even 30 Gs. The 30 Gs is already amazing for most situations. The main problem is obviously IRCCM and other stuff like this, but having a little bit of extra turning capabilities is indeed very good. The final kind of pro thing is that it was added for some aircraft that need it. You know, the KFIR C7 here, you see me flying it. It is one that really needed a missile like this. It really did. I mean, the M9G was not cutting it, and you can see you can use it as a head-on missile fairly well if the target is kind of not paying attention to your shots, right? Even if it does, the missile have a very good chance of hitting it. And you will see in the next couple of games that it was just a very good, it's a very good missile for these type of situations. So yeah, the KFIR really enjoys it, and the KURNASS enjoys it. It is just a very good thing that these missiles were added for these aircraft, right? But then we have the cons. There are some cons, to be honest. Not like big ones. It is still one of the best missiles in the game, if not the best. But as you saw right there, the missile takes a little bit, like it's, I don't know, 0 point something milliseconds. It's just a very small window that it just takes time to actually get to speed and start to turn very well. Which means that the R-60M is still better in a head-on for a very short range, like less than 1 kilometer or 1 kilometer or so. It is quite weird to say this, but yes, the R-60M is still the king of the head-ons. You will see in the next gameplay that I will miss a lot of the head-on shots just due to that. It's not a particularly useful tactic, and it's barely usable sometimes even. So don't get me wrong, it's not a very big con, but it is something that you have to, you know, hear about it. The second thing that I really wanted to talk about as a con is that it doesn't have a very good IRCCM. You know, it is fairly good. I mean, it's all right, to be honest. Not fairly good. It's just all right. It's comparable to an A9L. It's comparable to R60Ms. You know, but it's between the two, probably something along those lines. But it's not like amazing. You know, I was expecting a little bit more. And as I said, it is more due to the fact that we were just waiting for more, maybe, that a lot of people talk about this missile as if it was the best missile ever. And make sure to really pay attention to these gameplays, these videos specifically, that we are trying to do some head-on shots over here. And notice that the missile actually takes, like, I don't know, it's 0.1, 0.2 seconds to actually start turning. And that makes it up that it's a little bit worse than the R60M for a head-on. That's pretty much it. It's the only problem that I see really having it, apart from the IRCCM. These two are the main things that you have to be concerned about. Everything else, it's an amazing missile. On the performance side of things, I think overall, it is probably going to be the best missile in the game, no matter what, just because it has the turn and the energy to do basically everything that it wants and it needs. But in some aspects is between, you know, the R60M and A9L in performance. For example, as I was saying, the IRCCM. I think the IRCCM, it kind of is a mix. It's not as bad as the R60M, but it is not as good as the A9L. The A9L feels a lot better, just ignoring flares overall, right? So bear that in mind. It feels in the energy department that it might have more energy than the A9L, but I have to properly test it. I think it feels more like a super Magic 2, you know? A missile that has a lot of energy, but it burns a lot of fuel very quickly. And then afterwards, it kind of remains you know, having that problem. It doesn't have more, you know, for the longer ranges, kind of very high G turning targets, the A9L might be a little bit better just because of that. Because it has a very long burn time, and basically the burn time will remain the missile with energy, right? You will make sure that the missile has energy in the longer ranges. So it's kind of like in the ballpark, to be honest, of the other missiles that we have. It's, in some aspects, it's a lot better. And in some aspects is the same, and yeah, kind of in the same area. So overall, just due to that, I think it's as I was saying, it's fair to say that it is the best missile in the game, but it isn't like what people thought it would be. I don't think it's, oh my god, it's so incredible, you know, that feeling. It's a very good missile, and it really makes it up for not having BVR in Israeli Tech 3 for now, at least. And as you can see right here, see this very, like, odd angle? The missile just pulls a lot. And it feels sometimes that it's trying to overlead a little bit and then goes back. So there might need, I mean, some tweaking might be needed for this missile to properly work even better, right? But I don't know, man. It doesn't feel like it's going to break the game. That's what I meant with this video, right? It's a missile that even though it is very, 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 very good, it is not a missile that makes the Israeli OP. You know, it makes basically they be on par with the other nations since they don't have BVR. And for me, to be honest, this is quite good. It is quite effective. Since we are not going to have BVR for now, this is the next best thing. I really need to actually fly on the J8F to see how it performs there. But you will see something like this, for example. The F-16 will shoot a missile on me. And you see how even with 100%, the flares were just not working with the missile. So this level of IRCCM, the Python 3 doesn't have, okay? It really will go to flare sometimes. And I think it's just the larger FOV that really kind of has a feeling of an R60M, right? But overall, amazing missile. Get out there and test it out. I need to test it more. I will probably test it more, and like in a few weeks or so, I'll probably do another video testing it out. Maybe they will change some of the stuff. So we'll probably do more videos on the Python 3. but it is indeed an aircraft and a missile, I mean, these aircraft and missiles that will really change a little bit of the meta, at least. Not being OP, but being good enough, you know? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, and bye, guys.